Dolphins win. So yes, after 2 weeks of ugly games for the Dolphins, they would play the Tennessee Titans, and what would not be a pretty game at all, but it would be the Miami Dolphins who come out with the W in their home opener, 16-10 over the Tennessee Titans. Of course, the big storyline entering the game was that the Tennessee Titans would not have Marcus Mariota. And so for a team that was struggling on defense, having just given up over 50 points to the Houston Texans, now, they're missing their starting quarterback. This seemed like the perfect opportunity for the Miami Dolphins to try and get back into that win column, which they ultimately would do. But this was an interesting game for me just as a fan, because rare times have I been as mad and as frustrated at the halfway point of a football game at halftime as I was today, and we were winning. We were up 10-3, and I was as mad as if we were losing or worse. Just the struggles, of course, on offense. I'm going to go ahead and get a lot of the kind of concerns and negatives out of this game. For the Tennessee Titans side, I thought that the defense played pretty well. They weren't playing the most explosive offense in the Miami Dolphins, and it kind of showed. They did their job. They didn't allow the Dolphins nearly as much rushing yards as they've allowed some other teams. J.J. would kind of get things going late, but for the most part, they kind of kept the Dolphins' run game at bay, which obviously forced the passing game to do a lot, and that obviously is still the most frustrating and aggravating part of this Miami Dolphins team, and it's the entire offense. Adam Gase's play calling has just not been good at all. I don't know how much of that is he doesn't trust the O-line. I don't know how much of that is he doesn't trust the quarterback situation, receivers. I don't know if he's just being more conservative. I can't really tell you. What I can tell you is last year we were one of the best teams when it came to throwing the ball down the field, and this year we're not. Typical Miami Dolphin, same old story is that the offensive line still not giving the quarterback enough time, and Jay Cutler yet again in another game struggled. He looked dreadful. It looked like he didn't know what he was doing. More inaccurate passes, more inconsistencies. The fans were booing him and the offense. They were chanting, "We want more." But to be fair, it's not 100% on Jay Cutler either. Large part of it is. But the Dolphins clearly need to continue to try and figure things out on offense. One thing I liked that we did more in this game was giving the ball to J.J. Look, you have a couple of really good running backs, and you got to establish that run game. But a lot of the screen passes and just bonehead decisions on offense still plagued the Dolphins. They would need a defensive touchdown by Rashad Jones picking up a fumble. Defense played really well. I've been very happy with the defense for the Miami Dolphins so far this season. They haven't given up more than 20 points. This game they had 6 sacks, including Charles Harris, our first-round pick, got his first career sack. Kiko Alonso got a sack, which was also a fumble. We forced 2 fumbles. So, we did really well on defense, and that clearly won us the game. No doubt about it. 10 points for the Miami Dolphins were directly, in my opinion, a result of the defensive play. Offense ultimately did what it needed to do. We did put a little drive together, Cutler with a touchdown pass to Jarvis Landry. So now Landry, Stills, and Parker have all caught a touchdown, but clearly not good enough. I think we just got an offensive drive that went for a touchdown, honestly, just because we got so many drives that one was bound to get in. So, I'm not going to gripe too much because a win is a win. We definitely needed this with some of the tough opponents we have coming up. Atlanta Falcons being a good example on the road next week. And if we show up with the same kind of offense, we will absolutely lose that game. There's no doubt about it. We are not playing Matt Castle again. We'll be playing Matt Ryan. And to be honest, we're probably playing a better defense in the Atlanta Falcons as well. So, kind of an ugly game, but the Dolphins do come out with the W, and in the NFL, that's ultimately what matters. Some good things to go around, and hopefully the Miami Dolphins can continue to build on this and move forward.